Allow the two
it's okay. It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. Off your mind.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Sure. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make you shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. This man not the off in mind, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Aha. Now you not done here, all these bad politicians, them we call themselves politicians. When they thief our money, we no want make the common man get waiting supposed get for this country. And I never hear something. Now go hear one, Maiyegun, you go show on a paper. Maiyegun diary Politico. So my people make you shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we laugh, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo.
Hello there, brethren. So good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and a very good evening to you from wherever you are joining us. It is Maiyegun live. So thank you so much to every one of you tuning in. And I think it's likely going to be an interesting evening, a busy night, because of the topic, right? The writer for the broadcast. So after reading the caption of the broadcast, do me that favor, read the description of the broadcast as well. Then like it, share it. Invite your friends and your not so friendly friends. Tell them to join us. Maiyegun is live. Maiyegun today. And to those of you who have done that, thank you. I'm also live on TikTok, by the way, in case if you possibly stumble on it. I don't know for how long though, but yeah. So tonight, I am going to be like telling a catch-up story some of the stories that some people will consider as revisionism. But we have to do it because things are about to get out of hand. And before, a lot of dishonorable characters, right, will do more damage or damages to already almost battered images of the people of the Yorubaland. We still need to keep the said record straight. Also, this broadcast is not by any means to convince you, especially this part. It is not to convince you to, change your mind, good or bad, that whatever you feel about the Yoruba people, due to the actions and the inactions of these questionable, dishonorable characters. I am not here to convince you, but we are just here to set some records straight and possibly help a lot of people who have been held back for so long, believing in something that a lot of people are now calling mirage. So because of that, I am going to be mixing the broadcast this evening with Yoruba only reason. So, and I'll make it kind of like interesting for everybody who is probably not a Yoruba speaking viewer right now. In the last 1 or 2 weeks, a lot of you are probably been like managing from one shock to another due to the utterances coming from Sunday Adeyemo, Sunday Igboho, especially those of you who were around in the 2021-2022 advocacy for regional system, Biafra, for Yoruba nation, especially Yoruba nation as well, right? And why the country ruled by Boko Haram, the Daura Manecoin, then Nigeria was so divided enough that a lot of people believed, not just a lot of people, a lot of Nigerians, right, came to the reality of what Nigeria truly meant at the time, which was that everybody knew his own place. Nigeria is not a united country. Everybody knows that. As much as a lot of people are putting up appearances, performative and all of that to make Nigeria look like, oh, it's a country, it is not. But when Boko Haram and APC, egbekegbe, took over power in Nigeria, they made those 40 lines, those divisive lines, they make them so obvious, so transparent, right? That the most option then was for people to demand for breakup of Nigeria. It was so prominent. And why? Nigeria is said to have over 500 tribes, right? I mean, like they have over 500 languages. That's to tell you enough that, there's so much differences and all that. But one single tribe, it's kind of like a standout. They are the Fulani tribes. They've been part of Nigeria for a while. I mean, they have been part of Nigeria from the beginning, especially if you know the history of Othman Dan Fodio, the first jihadist in Nigeria. However, it was the first time ever that the Fulanis or the Fulani armed Fulani terrorists waged this national war on the rest of the ethnic nationalities of Nigeria. I mean, they were moving from town to town, villages to villages, communities to communities, destroying lives, destroying farms and all that. The response of the government of the time, which is the Boko Haram's government, was that people should endeavor to share their lands if they wanted peace. The failure of government or the collusion of governments of that era prompted, kind of like gave rise to a lot of regional champions who decided to speak for their own people. If the criminal politicians whose job is to represent these they've decided to kind of like abandon this job, Sunday Igboho came to the picture. And it is due to this, in fact, the supposed generational marginalization, which in itself continue to fuel the demand for Biafra on its side. But Yorubas, why did the Yorubas wanted Yoruba nation On what ground did they build that? From where and where did everything change that Yorubas were demanding for Yoruba nation? Well, it was easy, right? Because those who joined the APC, egbekegbe, Tinubu and gang, they sold the idea of a true federalism to the Yorubas. They said, the moment the Yorubas vote for APC, egbekegbe, that was Boko Haram, that the idea of true federalism, restructuring of Nigeria, and all of these promises were all lies, failed. So which all further made it much like the only option available. The right one at the time was for the Yorubas, the elite, or the ordinary Yorubas, everyone to demand for a regional autonomy or a complete breakaway from Nigeria. Those supports in the diaspora, especially those supports who have access to a lot of happenings in that country, around and also around Africa or this West African country, right? We easily bought into it because security first. Boko Haram's government of APC, egbekegbe at the time, shown clearly that they were not interested in protecting the indigenous people of Nigeria, including the Yorubas. People were being kidnapped from their farms, on their way to the market, on the road. You know, the Yorubas, they initially felt like whatever was happening in northern part of Nigeria at the time, Boko Haram and all that, they were none of our business. They started experiencing the same thing they've always been reading about happening in northern part of Nigeria. But Boko Haram's government, they did nothing. So Sunday Igboho decided to stand up. In fact, he became almost like the very dark man of 2021, 2022, if some of you will remember. Almost every community, after his movement, where he mobilized, the security guys that works with him, all this Mopo and all that guides him, right? He's got his own licensed gun as well, a pump action gun. He's got his guys around who are also willing and ready to also follow into that forest. They made videos where Sunday Igboho went after these dreaded Fulani terrorists. They were Fulani herdsmen, they called them then. He went after them successfully. A lot of us in the diaspora felt like if the government if the government already shown that they failed, right, it would be ideal to support those who are willing and ready to confront the situation, which Igboho was one. I raised money for him. Well, I raised money for the adventure of supporting those who stood up to defend Yorubaland at the time. On this Maiyegun's diary, Politico, and we have a lot of, back and forth, Then we got to a stage where, before then, by the way, we had what we call the Ilano Yoruba, Ilano Moudua, who have their members scattered all over the world. Same people who felt like Yorubaland deserves to be a sovereign country of its own, or better still, this arrangement, Nigeria arrangement, right, which is fraudulent, needed to be looked into, and this conversation should be had, and yeah, it should be decided if we still want to be part of Nigeria or not. But you know something, while all of this were going on, rather than for the elite, including Tinubu, to support somebody like Sunday Igboho and the idea of standing up to chase away these Fulani terrorists from Yorubaland, they put a target on his back. I am a witness. They put a target on his back because they said all he was doing, because Boko Haram called Ooni of Ife, called some traditional rulers in Yorubaland, and possibly called Tinubu as well, to warn him. They didn't tell them to warn him just to stop. They made them realize that his actions could affect Tinubu becoming president, because the North will not trust him. If Sunday Igboho is allowed to be doing all he's doing, going after this terrorist, they said Tinubu and the rest of them, they have a lot to lose. And I'm here. This is Maiyegun's diary, Politico. You will see the details of all these happenings, like on this platform in the past. We supported them. We spoke out for them, locally and internationally. We mobilized the people to actually speak out as well. Just for what we believed then was that we were standing together as a people against God knows conspiracy that they have against the rest of Nigeria. In all of this, the Igbos, the Biafrans, they got so to some extent they were so impressed with the actions of Igbo, and they called the Yorubas to protect him. They were even willing to actually protect him at the time. It was because I'm privy to all of that. Okay, so they put a target on his back. APC egbekegbe actually wanted him dead. And I'm talking about the APC egbekegbe, the Tinubu's people in Yorubaland. I'm going to cut the long story short. He was eventually targeted. His house was bombed down, all because he stood against these Fulani terrorists. So I think, social media influence and the rest at the time played a lot of roles when people now encouraged him to team up with the Yoruba nation advocates. We should team up, work together, so that Yorubaland can, and like his typical way, Igboho took the center stage. He started making some like funny statements, impossible bragging, and all of that. But when he was making all those, they considered them as being made by the Yoruba nation campaigners. Anyway, they came for him. And when they came for him, killed people, tried to get him, he escaped, got arrested while he was trying to pass through Benin Republic. That was the phase 2 of what was the struggle. A lot of Yorubas in the diaspora felt like, this person was probably living his quiet life, whatever life he was living at the time before this whole thing happened, right? So they were like, he needed this support, and they rallied around him. And I think that was where things began to tweak and twist. Tinubu became president of Nigeria. And of course, Sunday Igboho was allowed to return back to Nigeria. And a lot of people actually felt like, it would end up campaigning for Tinubu. And I was like, personally, I won't really be surprised, but it would be a shame after all that happened. And this is no longer just about himself, and you know what I mean, but it will make his choice. Maybe it will be a little bit, reasonable about it, considering the public, sort of like the public support that he got, that he still kind of like enjoys, and all of that will disappear very soon, I promise you. But Sunday Igboho, the typical Sunday Igboho, right? The Elenu Sunday Igboho, the one that can actually say things that he has no single power to do. You know what I mean? Somebody who lost so much attention, right? That his words, I want so jam, I want to really make any real sense other than pay I can until when you realize that he can't. But he's been a product of the system himself anyway. So right now, he's kind of like the number one promoter of Tinubu for second term. And mind you, right, that wouldn't even be a big deal, like a choice. Everybody would have to make their own choices. It's all right. But the thing here is this: what put a target on the back of the Sunday Igboho when they came for him? It was because he stood up against the Fulani terrorists and their advancements. Those who are destroying our farms, kidnapping and killing our people on their farms, right? That was what kind of like put him on that national scale that the government of Nigeria wanted him killed. But do you know something? Since Tinubu became president of Nigeria 2.5, nearly 3 years ago, the land, which is the Yoruba land, has witnessed more death, more attacks, in fact, more community invasions. As we speak right now, they still have 176 people, including children, they kidnapped almost 2 months ago in Woro, in Kwara State. They still have them in their captivity as we speak. When Sunday Igboho was going after the Fulani terrorists or the Fulani armed herdsmen, the kidnappers in Yorubaland, They had no single camp where they took a whole community they kidnapped and took them to for months. There was nothing like that. You see all these attacks, all these killings that we are now witnessing in witnessing in Kwara, in Kogi part, in the upper north of Oyo State, even in Osun State, Ondo State, they were not like this. So what motivated them at the time that we felt like was the love of Yorubaland. Normal thing that anybody could have sold us. I love Yorubaland. Oh, you're a Yoruba man? Yes, I love my people. I cannot keep quiet and all that. Now, Yorubas are being killed right now. Yorubas are being displaced right now. However, a Yoruba man is the president of Nigeria. But guess what? The only motivation that Sunday Igboho currently have is to go toe to toe, right? Shoulder to shoulder, and cause everyone that is not going to let Tinubu continue for another 5 years. In fact, in his way of loose talk, just talking nonsense, right? He's already hinting the Northerners that after 8 years of Tinubu, they're going to try the third time too. I don't know if that's going to happen, but yeah, that's Igboho in his elements. Not that Tinubu has kind of like a commissioned him now to go on and go after the terrorists the same way he used to do it. Then I don't know if he still want to do it. He's saying he wants to. You get me now? Not that Tinubu has commissioned him to. In the last 3 months alone in Nigeria, 32 attacks happened in Yorubaland alone. Yeah. The border, the southern part of Kwara, as well as the border of Kogi, you know, then come down to Ondo, to Osun, to Ogun State, and Oyo State, where Igboho himself is from. 32 attacks. Among them are those 176 people kidnapped on Woro in Kwara State. He's not moved by all that. So he was telling his story, the usual typical jargons and make-up and nonsense that he usually spewed, right? He was sharing this story with people around him a few days ago. Then he made a threat. This time, don't bring any Peter Obi or Atiku to the Yorubaland to come and campaign for them. I'm going to come to that one, right? But first, Igboho and his, how do I call them? Should I call them his kind of like an audience? Read out.
Hello, God is behind me. Then I know Yoruba people is behind me. Nothing can happen. I swear. Lẹ́yìn Ọlọ́run àtẹ̀mí tó ní mí mo escape táwọn ọmọ ọdún oríkìlì òdòdó àwọn olè fọ́fẹ́sì lórí wọn ò ní làákàyè àwọn tí sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn bí wọ́n sì mọ sọ́ngbà náà yìí wọ́n pé ta lọ́rọ̀ ẹ̀ńsẹ̀ tí wọ́n rà ní ẹ̀kú ló ṣe pa ta lọ́rọ̀ ẹ̀ńsẹ̀ tí wọ́n rà ní wọ́n nìkan lọ́mọ Yorùbá ọkẹ́ kú dànù bàbá Tinubu tó wá sàánú mi tó fi gbélẹ̀ wọ́n tó ló ti lọ́jọ́ APC o tẹ̀lé pé
kò sí kíní yẹn lókè ni ìlara ni Adeyemo bí tó ti ń wá. Àmọ́ bí tó ti ń wá.
Wọ́n tún wá rí wípé Ọlọ́run wá gbogbo ẹ̀dẹ̀ sọ yẹn o ẹ̀yin kọ́ lọ́lọ́run ó wá kó sínú àwọn ọba kan wọ́n lọ bá bàbá Tinubu ní mú kọ́lé tó bá tún mú wọn.
Nípa já bẹ́ẹ̀ ni. Àmì àṣẹ kà síwájú.
Ọmọ olóró dẹ. Ẹgbẹ́ tí mo kọ́ sọ, màá ní ọmọ olúgbọ́n lè bẹ̀. Torí mo mọ̀ pé àwọn bàbá yọ̀ tẹ̀. Bàbá olúgbọ́n ò ní tẹ̀ mí, yóò ní sọ́ni mi hàn. Òkú mi nira ó padà sórí ilẹ̀ bàbá rẹ̀. Bàbá tí ń bẹ́ ń jọba bàbá rẹ̀ ni yóò bá padà kú dẹ̀ ní iṣẹ́ dẹ̀ yé. Ó dẹ̀ mọ̀ kó o ṣe nǹkan kan. wọ́n mọ̀ pé jà òun jẹ́ jà tí wọ́n nìkan lọ́wọ́ Yorùbá ni ìjà gbogbo Yorùbá là ń jà bẹ́ẹ̀ni ìjà gbogbo Yorùbá là ń jà àwọn Yorùbá wa náà máa ń Kwara bẹ́ẹ̀ni á dẹ̀ lọ́bẹ̀.
Láṣẹ Olódùmarè. Ebe! Ọ̀ṣà! Oníyọ̀. Ní kọ́mọ yẹn sún sẹ́yìn. Sún sẹ́yìn.
Àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ Olúmọ Adé ni wọ́n pa. Àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ Ládọjà náà pa mẹ́. Wọ́n ọ̀rẹ́ lè fọwọ́ lẹ́la. Sábàdà ni pé àwọn gbé fáwọn kẹtọ sí, wọ́n dẹ̀ pa ọmọ wa pé ìjọba tẹ̀lé ọ, gbogbo yẹn lọ bẹ̀, ẹ lọ kú bẹ̀ o, á dẹ̀ lọ bẹ̀.
Káre. Ọmọ aládé ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ fún.
Àwa kì í kílẹ̀ pa ọmọ òun fún. Kẹ́nìkan wá sọ̀rọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ fún ní bàbá Tinubu ọ̀dà sẹ́mọ̀ pé ẹni pa ọmọ.
Nuisance leleyi.
You know, I said I'm going to present the program here. I'm going to present this program in Yoruba, as well as I'm going to mix it so that, yeah. So we've done the part of the English part. So at the Sapun, the Darijiwa, he's telling people there that you know, he used to criticize Tinubu or abuse him. So Tinubu has forgiven him. So people took him to go and see Kolu. And after seeing Kolu, he told Kolu that you know, that but guess what? It's just a tool, another tool in the toolbox of Tinubu. You understand? The reason why, maybe tonight you should know, okay, is not telling all of you. Those of you who love to listen, still love to listen to him anyway, right? He can't tell you. The reason why they had to let him come back to Nigeria is no other than Kolu is suspecting that the northern Nigeria, they may want to move mad. Only if they move mad in 2027. So it will keep reminding them that if they want to go to that route, you know what I mean? Igboho is still there. Not like they can't unleash him more. It's not as if they want to unleash anything up per se, right? So they allowed him to come back and possibly help them to, you know, intimidate those who might want to be gathering in opposition in Yorubaland. They have the resources to move in. He's told the world that before himself. The way how these old men, this Tinubu and gang, the way they move money and like they can buy you with so much cash that you've never seen before in your life. And I bet this is an opportunity for him to get closer. Meanwhile, as at January last year, yeah, he was still very much interested in the breakup of Nigeria, by the way, because, yeah, you know, this country is let the Yorubas go, let the Igbos go their separate ways and all that. This was before, I think this was before the sealing or the arrangement, whatever, right? So this was it.
Security. You understand? Only jink on the anything is really selling airport. Gbogbo wọn náà sì wọ́n wà káàkiri ayé ọmọ Yorùbá pọ̀ káàkiri tí wọ́n ti rí a lot tí wọ́n ti learn a lot tó pé tí wọ́n bá padà sórí èdè wọn ó lè bí orílẹ̀-èdè wọn pé fọ́ọ̀mù àdàbí ibi táwọn náà ń gbé tẹ́lẹ̀.
Mo rí pé a rí Canadian, Egyptian, India, oríṣiríṣi ìlú. Ṣé èdè kan ni gbogbo wọn sọ bàbá mi?
Ìyẹn papọ̀ jọra wọn rárá. Rárá. How many countries ló ń sọ English? Àlèkà bóyá ló pé 5. Kálukú ń sọ èdè tiẹ̀ tán fi ń tún wọn sí.
This was last year, and I think that was Ekoiki with him as well, right? It was also in London last year. Was it 2025? Yeah, guess what? They went to, was it last year or 2024? When they went to London to go and submit, I think it was last year, they went to London to go and submit the petition for Yoruba Nation. He was there, as usual, making his usual mouth.
I know God is behind me. Amen. Then I know Yoruba people is behind me. Nothing can happen. I swear.
TikTok.
We are Omoyele. We have many things in our land. We have God. We have goats. Only Fulani is one that they enjoy our property, our resources. Only Fulani enjoying our resources. So we don't want our marriage again. So we want British to separate us. Because our agreement between
that was it. Also in London, which they publicized at the time. Baba, these guys, they had all these aunties. You saw these aunties abroad. These aunties who are like in their 50s, in their 60s. They have a lot of them who were actually paying monthly to fund these guys because they were told that they would declare Yoruba Nation. You remember that time when they were like telling you that they would declare Yoruba Nation by December 2023 or something, or 2022. I don't know if many of you remember. I can't even remember that. I mean, I can't remember the specific time. There were people who were paying them. A lot of them actually believed that they were going to announce Yoruba Nation at a particular day. And some of them are still there. Some of them have been converted to Tinubu supporters now because they made them realize that, yes, they wanted Yoruba Nation. But now a Yoruba man is the president of Nigeria. So the best thing right now is to support him. You get that now? Like, if he was an Igbo man, the Igbos, they will never criticize him. They will support him. If it's a Fulani man now, all the Northerners, they will not never. It's only we Yorubas, so we must support Tinubu. So those aunties, our brothers, all those aunties, grandmas, right? All those Mama London, Mama Mama Cairo, all those people, they used to send money to them and they still give them the illusion. So what they are telling them right now is that maybe after when Tinubu is done, then they will start a Yoruba Nation again. And don't get me wrong, even though morally wrong, right? But it is not a wrong thing. Igbo support Tinubu. Don't mix it up, all right? Don't get it twisted. Choice here. You understand? Like choice here, you know, whatever makes him do that and not, it's up to him. But he cannot, by any means, right, turn around and say he's doing it because of Yorubaland. The same Yorubaland that you, Sunday Igboho, you are seeing in the news every day. What this Fulani terrorists, even Boko Haram terrorists, what they are doing to these Yorubas under Tinubu. You are seeing it. A lot of you are living in denial. No wahala. Well, it is preposterous for you to say you are speaking for Yoruba or you are because you are a Yoruba person. And then threatening people. Anyone who is not supporting Tinubu to continue, you curse them. You like, you know, that's shame. That's like shamelessness on your part. Igbo allow you to just be into need you. Say why you but qualify because why you but qualify to them to my perfect and your two need ìrònú tí o dẹ̀ ní ìtìjú torí nínú gbogbo nǹkan wọ́n ní tí kọ́lọ̀ ń jọ tó bá fẹ́ yọ everything kúrò nínú ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ kó má yọ ìtìjú kúrò nínú ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ yẹn ni pé when you become so shameless that nothing can really actually shame you. anymore. Yorubaland is in bleed as we speak. You all know it. There's no secret about it. Yorubaland still bleeds. Some of you, you can't really travel interstate like that. You know it. But somehow they want you to ignore all of that. And it's not even just about security anymore. Even economy-wise. They are giving you excuses. Often any reason that he tolerate it. Okay? Gaslight you. But I mean, support Tinubu in peace if you are so shameless that what you said you stood for is now what you are standing against, the same people. But do it at your own free will. Do you understand? Do not drag Yoruba into it because they killed people, mate, because of this whole thing. Declare you probably have no real electoral value per se, other than the violence they might introduce. They might intimidate I don't know, intimidate to ensure that election happen. Fine, do it. But don't think you are doing it because you love Yorubaland. No, you don't. Not even Tinubu can say he loves Yorubaland. I mean, Tinubu is the presidency. Who are you going to blame for the insecurity in Yorubaland? Who are we going to then probably look to blame? That is where the shamelessness comes from. Here is this video, the one they made yesterday, or the one that made it to the internet yesterday.
For second time, beyond 2027, 100%. 100%. I'm actually enjoying that. No more Atiku be with the Aswaju online. After Aswaju, I could Baba, I belong for another extra. I buy you, Baba. What about you? I told you guys, Bolo Sowore, Obi Atiku with the above you, Bolo Sowore, Alaga, go. Aswaju, 100%. People have to do. So now.
Nuisance leleyi.
Ọ̀rọ̀ tó sọ yìí, ọ̀ ń ṣeré ni àbọ̀ ń ṣiyèrè.
Ìṣirè ni. Well, there's a chance that Igboho, you are probably going to watch this video, even if you are not watching it live. Some of these, what do you consider these sewage dwellers, or these social media dogs, they will pick up part of this and show it to you. But I'm speaking from the position of somebody who knows all that transpired, at least to some extent. So you can fool a lot of people all the time, or fool some people. Sorry, you can fool a lot of people sometimes, or fool some people a lot of the time. But you can't fool all the people all the time. You see, your disgrace, in the long run, no, because your disgrace is not going to come from because you expected Tinubu to fail. It's because Tinubu is going to fail. He's already failing. He's failing Yorubas. As in, Yoruba already. A lot of Yoruba intelligentsias who are pretty much like so shocked may Tinubu become president of Nigeria. But they are not mostly surprised that Tinubu is running Nigeria the way he's running Nigeria right now. Those ones who stood up against Tinubu, and they've always been standing up against him. You understand? So when Tinubu finally failed, not because, it's not in my hand, okay? You want Tinubu to fail. If Tinubu, no, it's not about what you want. It is what he wants. And he's doing exactly what he wants. Tinubu is doing what he wants. And what he wants is to ruin Nigeria. And he's doing it perfectly well. So those of you who are staking your neck, sticking your head out, all because you think maybe a protection is there for you. So when the empire finally collapses, it will crush a lot of you that you will never recover. So it is good that everybody is unraveling, in this kind of sense, right? Everybody is unraveling. Okay? So you can't wake up and say, nobody, what are you going to do? Become the militia now that is going to help Tinubu to hunt his political opponents, not to hunt the Fulani terrorists anymore. Shamelessness. For anybody to define the shame at the shamelessness. The energy that you are going to put together, all those boys you are going to give money to to help you chase down any opposition in Yorubaland, in Kinikon, all those talk and Jabota and Shenya, right? Because you're already doing it. People are already being chased away. If you're not on the side of Tinubu, you'll be chased away. If you're not on the side of Tinubu, you are Omoyele. And they are the real Omoyele. Because number one priority is safety, security, and the prosperity of Yorubaland. We are watching our people one day and the Manjiri Siburu. Anyone, you're seeing them one day and the Manjiri. But you atomodi atagba. Bukota really too. As young as we are, really. And you are seeing all of that. I blame. That's Fulani one there. All everybody, Lord, let's blame Fulani. I want Fulani, bó ṣe ń ṣe nìyẹn. Wọ́n fẹ́ kó wa lẹ́rú ni. Ta ló wá ń kó Yorùbá lẹ́rú báyìí ṣe? Ta lẹ dẹrù bó ń kó Yorùbá lẹ́rú ṣe? Ṣé Fulani náà ṣe ni? Just beginning kan hàn yín. Let me show you something. Ṣé láwọn wípé yìí? Àwọn tí wọ́n kó 176. Wọ́n sì wà lọ́wọ́ àwọn tó kó wọn. Àwọn Boko Haram ló kó wọn ní Kwara.
Bismillah wa salatu wa salam ala rasulullah. Da dai waɗannan mutanen su ne wanda aka kama su a Woro. To yanzu za ku ji yanayin inda aka kama su da kuma yanayin yawan nasu a bakin su. Ya ana aka kama ku? Wace karamar hukuma? Wace jiha ce?
Kwara State.
Kefa, a ina aka kamo ku?
Woro aka kama.
Wace karamar hukuma?
Local government.
Wace jiha?
Kwara State.
Nawa ne adadin naku?
176.
Kefa ma mai jan riga. A ina aka kamo ku?
Woro.
Wace karamar hukuma ne?
Local government Kayama.
A wace jiha ne?
Kwara State.
To kun dai ji adadin naku fa?
176.
To kun ji dai gashi gwamnatin naku ta kafurci da ta karya ga tana ta yi wa mutane karya ku ba ku wuce 30 ba ko 20 da wani abu.
3.52 billion naira ní ransom tí wọ́n béèrè. Did you see those children? Àwọn kékèké yẹn. But about ti meet ẹni Ronuku, àwọn lórí burúkú Ronuku yẹn, àwọn Ronu Nazi. Some of them are not in Nigeria. Some of them live abroad. They don't live in Nigeria. Because some of the Ronukus in Nigeria, ibi tí kẹ́ báyé wọn jẹ́, lówó rẹpẹtẹ bẹ́ẹ̀ tó fi lè máa wà ní orí social media all the time. You have no idea. Some of our own push, some of go and hold your governors responsible. Like Jonathan, all the buck stopped on his table. Angbo, Odaye Tinubu, the Jaga addict, the Jaga bandit, the Jaga weary. When you collect our governors, that's what they are saying right now. But you know something? Most of our they don't even live in Nigeria. It will shock you. Go and check their profiles. You realize that they don't live in Nigeria. But because it is part of the inbreed or something to everyone's in program for a very long time. So it's not surprising. So this whole thing is never about Yorubaland or about the people. No. It's basically about power, political power. And you can have it, fine. Just stop making it like it's about Yorubaland. Here is somebody from here, right? Who is also, a lot of people are expressing their disappointment right now, Lori Igboho, right? But listen to this guy.
Oloye Sunday Igboho Sha. To even think, say I almost lost my life when you dey fight Yoruba nation. They fight for Yoruba nation. When we say reach one stage, people begin report my account to DSS. I have to run, leave Nigeria, go Togo. While I was in Togo, I attended your court hearing for Benin Republic twice. From Togo, I was paying transport to Benin. Even though we were not allowed into court premises, I stood outside. Today, you dey open mouth say, we don't want any nonsense Obi or useless Atiku for Southwest. Go to the north and tell them to vote for Tinubu now, or go to the southeast and tell them who to vote for. Ojugba miti funyin, my life. I'm just so ashamed. Thank God I didn't lose my life.
Oh, brother. I'm a young man. A lot of people were so dedicated. Young Yorubas. They were dedicated. They were feeling like, you know what? If they touch this guy, if they shake the cock, but everyone now realize that it's all for nothing. Of course. Okay? The Fulanis that Igboho kept telling everybody about I want Fulani, he will prostrate for the Fulanis now. He will do it willingly. If the Fulanis tell him to jump now, he will ask them how high. Well, they came for see. Well, they for see. Same for why do you not been for saying any whatever first off me info. Because Tinubu, his boss, has been president for nearly 3 years. He couldn't sweep Yorubaland and clear Yorubaland or any land at all in Nigeria. He couldn't clear any land at all of these Fulani rodents. Right now, their senior brothers like ISWAP, Boko Haram, they are gaining more footholds. Targeting people, kidnapping and killing. You get that? So, it's unfortunate too, but a lot of us have seen that coming. Omoyele Sowore, someone who, of course, our own vintage Sowore, it's like, these guys are just trying to play a mind game with you, right? Yeah, the system will protect them because they can unleash violence, they can threaten people and do whatever, but they can't really, they won't do that with a lot of people who knows them very well. And I believe. So our Losile Igbo, I lost the Lord saying that they must vote for Tinubu. Or you go to this the same Fulani or Hausa people, you tell them that they must vote for Tinubu or else. You know? You all right?
Nnamdi Kanu is in jail today.
Oh, that's the one I wanted to add. At a point, Maazi Nnamdi Kanu was telling everybody, calling on everybody to rally around what Igboho was doing, because they were going to come for him. And whenever they come for him, the Yorubas must make sure that they protected him, right? At a point, even Sunday Igboho was very much speaking, in support of the Biafrans. How many of you know that Igboho gave Simon Ekpa over 10 million naira to go and buy, because Simon Ekpa wanted to sell them weapons. Said they're going to train them. They are going to have their own ESN, so they're going to train them. So, how many of you are aware that Igboho and his group had to send money to Simon Ekpa to help them rehab? Simon Ekpa collected the money. Buying, not even toy gun was given to them. This was like behind the scene. This was how much Igboho and his camp pretended to be the friends of the Igbos in the name of, we are fighting for Biafra. We are fighting for Yoruba nation. How many of you are aware of that? Yeah. Then today, Igboho himself is now telling everybody that the Igbos wanted me to be criticizing Tinubu. Where did the Igbos call you to criticize Tinubu? Nnamdi Kanu, whatever they offered you, they've offered far better of that to Nnamdi Kanu in the last 10 years. 10 years. And because he won't accept any of that, that is why Nnamdi Kanu is in prison today. And Igboho is out there creating content for social media fans, bragging, making mouth and all that. So you must never compare Igboho or compare Nnamdi Kanu with Igboho when you are not mad. I think about mad. From where to where?
Nnamdi Kanu is in jail today because he's different from Sunday Igboho. Yes. If Nnamdi Kanu were to be Sunday Igboho, he would be campaigning for Tinubu in the southeast now. Yes. Because it's the same terms that they gave to Sunday Igboho that he accepted that Nnamdi Kanu has rejected over the last 10 years. So please don't insult it. I don't know what he will do tomorrow, but the Nnamdi Kanu that I went to campaign for in Aba last week. It's not somebody, it will be, I don't even know what to call it, if it's a heresy to compare the two of them. As per Sunday Igboho, who I don't know too well, but I've always stated that their own brand of politics is what they call Amala politics in Oyo State. It is politics of chop I chop. It is what they used to call during in the Southeast or Robombo. Rub my back, I rub your back. So, but what Sunday Igboho is going to quickly realize is that it's going to be in the hall of infamy, like the Nzeribes of this world, who once said that if Babangida did not become president, he would kill himself. Right? Both him and Babangida have become invalid. You know, it's like Daniel Kanu, who said if Abacha did not become president, he would kill himself. Abacha has died. His own political career died forever. It's like Baba Adedibu in Ibadan, who says that Obasanjo, if he doesn't do third time, he will kill himself. He has also died. So these are ideas that will not last. And I have no doubt that Sunday Igboho has just automatically, if he was ever relevant, just retired himself into the infamy of the people I mentioned. And his own might be worse, because the whole community might be cooking for him very soon. I will go to anywhere in Nigeria to campaign, and I want to see him come and stop me. And I'm sure he will never try. So some of it is also psychological. They are just using them to scare you so that you won't stand up. You know, because they know if Tinubu is truly supported by 33 governors, why is he afraid of? Why is he afraid of rallies? Yeah, that tells you that it is the governors that are decamping, the people are not decamping. He provided remains, bones of people they claim were these engineers. And when they did the DNA test, they found out that they were not the people who died. So,
thank you. They are about to reach that stage of infamy where they will become so dishonored and they will become nothing as nothingness, you know, because every one of them that is clinging is political, economic, whatever survival on call. I have no idea that the moment call crashes or things, right, they are going to sink with him. Not all of them would actually have the grace of getting back to wherever life or miserable wherever life they lived before then. We'll get to that part. In Lagos, you know, this is another one, okay? You have the Yoruba actors. They call them the Yoruba Nolly. Yoruba Nolly, Nollywood Yoruba. So in 2022, 2023, they were at the forefront of campaigning for Tinubu. In fact, one of them did go naked. That was Olaya Igwe. He went naked next to the ocean, and he called on the ocean spirits to answer his prayer and ensure that Akobi Tinubu becomes president. A lot of them, anyway, it didn't take long before they all started crying. Whatever they promised them, they didn't give them, I believe, or they didn't give them enough, or what they expected, and then what they got is kind of like a far contrast, okay? So they went back to the same social media to start telling us stories of how they are used and dumped them. Again, they are back on the road again. And this time around, they are telling everybody that, you know what, if you like, bully us. If you like, abuse us. We're going to follow Tinubu. And Tinubu must do his second term. So here is their reasons, especially the likes of Yomi Fashlan. So these are Muafolayo guy. Then Remi Surutu. That Remi Surutu said, well, the Tinubu's family, they are actually a very good family. You know, Tinubu, his wife, their son, they are like good people. It's just that the Yorubas, they don't love themselves. Because Yorubas don't love themselves. That's why it's us, Yorubas, that always criticize the blah. I have been hearing that phrase since I was a little child. You know what I mean? Like, Yorubas don't love themselves. They use that to gaslight you for not joining the bandwagon, mate. You know, if you're not going to join the bandwagon, you know, like then you are the Yorubas. Well, In reality, they all know what is going on in Nigeria right now. They are all feeling it. One of the Afolations, Akunle, made a video a few days ago complaining about the cost of fueling his own generator to service his business, one of his businesses. You know what I mean? But again, it's never about the people, just about themselves. Yeah, in Lagos.
Extremely very good people. They are good people. The wife, the husband, the children, they are good people. But the fact that we Yorubas, we don't love ourselves. We condemn ourselves in as much as is allowed. But if we can for one day relax and just think around, look at what is happening all over the world. We are still enjoying ourselves. Like I fought with somebody who was saying, the price of the fuel is decided by some beings, by the world leaders. President our world leaders won't decide the fact. But people don't understand. And I want them to understand. I don't care after today, you guys are going to see me online and start bashing me. You can't do nothing because you don't. I am not scared. I've been campaigning for so many years. People have been bashing me on the internet during campaign time. They said a lot. They even insulted me and said to me that the day to election, they said to me that it was actually that I was following and killed my child. But I care less. I still went on the second day to go and vote. Your vote is your right. Don't let anybody deceive you. Don't let anybody scare you. When I met Tinubu, our Baba, he's doing well. If you think he has not done well, suggest a man in your family. Let that person come and govern for just one day. There you will know what is going on. But I have said it myself. I am not backing out. I am going to campaign for him and I'm going to vote for him. And he has my vote and if you see anybody out there trying to scare anybody, if you plan to kill me, you're going to kill yourself. Because when you are going on your straight line with your good heart, nothing happens to you. It is only, there are so many anti-parties. When they want to take money, they will come and with you. They will leave, they will go to another place and with you. No. You have to know what you are doing. You have to know what you want for yourself. If this man has not been covering a lot of things, Nigeria would have gone into big mess by now. But we don't know. We just sit at the back of our houses. This man does not sleep. The wife is always traveling all over. The son too moving around. How many politicians that you have seen the son moving around?
What this time to gain or what this government is doing for our benefits. We are not in the system now of Bamu Bamu Imuyu. If you're still thinking that, then you are caught in trouble. My stand, and the reason why I came out, I've been coming at the road. I've been coming at the road. I can't go with that one. Ẹ̀yin lẹ́nu bẹ́ẹ̀ àwọn ọmọ wa ẹgbò làwọn láwọn ní wọn bí gbogbogbò ní tí ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀gbọ́n mi kọ pé nǹkan dé pé bá mi tẹ̀lé fún wọn ó ní báwọn sọ pé Nàìjíríà òkè làwọn ṣe fún ilẹ̀ àwọn kan and people are like that. I don't see anything good in what this man is doing because àríjẹ ní màdàrú ni wọ́n. The moment there's no chaos, there's no bad news, they're not benefiting. I don't like that. So they prefer to cause chaos, to run around.
God damn it, man. Now, here is a thing. That you are supporting Tinubu and you are getting trolled on social media. It is not, don't make it look like, you know, it's because you are supporting Tinubu, somebody wanted to kill you. No, nobody needs to. See, people will really abuse you on social media for supporting Tinubu. They have no power to kill you. Forget it. Now Tinubu go kill you. A lot of them, they are just one sickness away from poverty. One sickness. And before you know it, you see them on social media begging for money. I am an actor. I have this sickness. But you used to act a rich man or rich woman movie now. What's happened? You don't get money again. You don't get money for real life. I have seen that play out many times. So stop thinking that Nigerians, frustrated Nigerians on social media, who continue to call out the government that they are interested in killing anybody. No, they are not. They don't even have what it takes to kill anybody. It is Nigeria that will eventually kill you. Your money can't save you in Nigeria. I don't think some of you remember that or you know that. Your money. All you need in this life is to have money. If you get money for Nigeria, you go enjoy Nigeria. Go and make that money first. Okay? Good luck to you. And then come and enjoy Nigeria. We're enjoying Nigeria, where some of you would have to go everywhere like you are like a criminal in a witness custody. You have about 4 people carrying guns behind you. Some of you have invested so much money in armored vehicles because you believe that you may be shot and killed by people who want to kill or kidnap you, right? That's how you enjoy money, right? Then your houses are built in a way that the fences are even taller than the prison walls in Nigeria. And yet you still have to put the electricity wire, electric wire on top the fence. Yet you still have other people where they carry gun inside the place as your gateman, as your security and everything. All you need is to make money and you will enjoy Nigeria. Is that what you really call enjoyment? When you know that some of you are just one tragedy away from poverty. If the terrorists stab you, decided they want to take a 200 million, maybe 100 million naira from you, all your properties and everything could be sold off to pay your ransom, right? And they could still kill you. Or, one sickness away. And then you realize that you have been romancing poverty for so long by being part and parcel of the establishment that is always after your life. I keep telling you to do that. This establishment is after your life. How can you not see it? How can you not? Well, maybe we should be standing on the mandate, though. On its mandate.
On your mandate we shall stand. On your mandate we shall stand. On your mandate, on your mandate, on your mandate we shall stand. On your mandate we shall stand. On your mandate we shall stand. On your mandate, on your mandate, on your mandate we shall stand.
This mandate they shall buy. On his mandate they shall die. Bola on his mandate, on his mandate, on his mandate they shall buy. They say. So there is no real opposition. Sowore said that. And I believe him. Because the real there is no political opposition to Tinubu. Majority of them are just stooges. You remember Bala Muhammad of PDP, right? He was the guy that stormed out of courtroom a few days ago when Wike's faction received a favorable judgment from the appeal court that further condemned or nullified the Ibadan Convention, the one organized by the Solo Makinde Ibadan, Sheyi Makinde. You remember now? Don't stress yourself. He is the Bauchi state governor. Maybe that helps. So Bala Muhammad has been one of those who claimed to be fighting for the soul of the PDP. Save it from the grip of Wike, which is believed to be keeping the PDP for Tinubu's, to incapacitate the PDP for Tinubu's re-emergence next year. So, since it is not working, PDP is already like near dead. It's dead. It's kind of like posthumous right now anyway. So, Bala Muhammad has left PDP. And guess where he's headed? He's headed. APC, egbekegbe. Several commissioners, special advisors to Bala Mohammed have been cooling off their heels in the EFCC cells for months now. They have been arrested for mismanaging money belonging to the people of the Bauchi states. Bala Mohammed, even his child, I think his son, is also kind of like under investigation for looting Bauchi state money. Bala is only walking free now because he has immunity as a state governor. But guess what? The only place where his sins are likely to be forgiven, no other place than APC. By this time tomorrow, Bala Mohammed will make Bauchi State the 32nd, I mean, 33rd state of APC in Nigeria. What about the APC? Sure.
One of the two last standing opposition governors, Bala Mohammed of Bauchi State, will defect to APC any moment from now.
I disagree with you. Bala Mohammed was never an opposition person. This is what I always tell you people. You just use all these adjectives to qualify criminals. That's why I could never have joined. I was the first person to warn you about ADC and PDP. That all of them are the same. It's just different appellations. There's no difference between APC, ADC, and PDP. So, how can you call Bala Mohammed, who is a thief, like Tinubu, like Wike? Do you know that Bala Mohammed used to be the minister of the FCT? Yes. He did worse than Wike. He was arrested, prosecuted by this federal high court, and his son for corruption. And you are calling him opposition. You are the ones who are wrong in calling these people opposition. They can never, how can thieves oppose thieves? It's not possible. What should we call them? We should call them what they are, thieves. They are not opposition. They just erect this whole lie to you. The real opposition are the people who are fighting bare hand with no money, no office, who are taking on the system. We are the real opposition. In the streets. But you don't want to call us opposition because we don't have money, because we don't drive big cars, and because we don't have mansions in Abuja. That's why you don't, because you don't know where to meet us. That's why you don't want to call us opposition. But we are the ones who are, if we are not here, this country would have been overrun by the Tinubu and the APC and the PDP and the ADC. They are all the same. They are all the same WhatsApp group. They have the same DNA of oppression, of corruption, of disregard for the dignity of the Nigerian person. So I don't like to hear when you call them opposition. Peter Obi is an opposition according to you. But he opposes nothing and nobody according to us, because we know him. If Peter Obi is an opposition, he will never have found himself in a party where Malami is the main sponsor, in a party where El Rufai is a member, in a party where the people he referred to some 3 years ago as criminal, what do they call them? Criminal structure of criminality. He will not, but he was never an opposition. Peter Obi is a guy who came and packaged himself, lied to you, and made all of you fall. You all should be apologizing to those of us who already told you since 2022, when Peter Obi came in the horizon, that he's fooling you. And he has fooled you to the point that instead of you admitting that you were fooled, you think you are too old to be fooled, that you can't admit that you were fooled. Time for you to apologize to us, who showed you that he's not different from his brothers and uncles. And ask yourself, where is his former vice president? Vice presidential candidate. They are all opposed to each other. Where is the political party that they said if you don't join in 2022, you are an enemy of Nigeria? They are no longer in existence. But where have we been since when we started in 2019? The same place. So is it not time to start respecting us? It is. With apologies. Thank you.
100%. Omoyele Sowore, the vintage Sowore, is not lying. It is time to change the players if you want the game to change. That is one quote that you shouldn't miss from what he said, right? If you want the game to change, you need to change the players. These characters are not the type that would ever, for any reason, be on the side of the people. They can ride on your back to power, but never to be on your side. I agree with them. clowns ruling a nation. Omo, that is not going to possibly make that a government. It's probably a circus. They'll say it's going to be a circus. Let me show you something called circus. When clowns, right, are in charge of a country. Today, it's been renewed Shege's package. Food of different kinds are being shared and boxed, and shared across Nigeria by Tinubu's food soldiers, called it grassroots mobilization and all that. Okay. So this woman claimed that they took, or he is among those they took to Owerri rather, to Owerri in Imo State to go and participate in the City Boys empowerment in Owerri. I don't know if she's for real, but she's got her hat on.
Yes, so Sheyi, the Tinubu son, I came all the way from Lagos to campaign for your papa Jagaban. After everything in Owerri, they just cut everything. I don't even see fridge, I don't see generator car, I don't see anything car. They scattered even money where they promise us, you know, see. Everything where they promises, Sheyi, Tinubu son, we not see. Why? So I will not just go back to Lagos with empty hand. Please, I need compensation because I came all the way from Lagos to come and do the campaign, what they call it, for your papa, Jagaban, APC. So all I got is they just scatter every fucking thing. I'm not really happy. So I'm going back to Lagos with empty handed. No money, and all the promises you guys made for us, we not see anything. Sheyi and the PA, Baba's son, Tinubu's son. I'm here in Owerri talking this thing. I'm here live in Owerri talking. I'm not happy. I beg. What terrible. I said them picture. Sheyi, the son of Tinubu, with your PA, we not try. I'm not really happy. After all, we don't feel form. Do everything. Now carry me come from Lagos to Owerri. Come do campaign for now. Last. I no get anything. They can't scatter everything, carry everything, go. Go money, everything we wanna promise me and promise us. We not see anything. And like this, and this hand, I'm not happy at all. At the verse. I won't go back to Lagos now. At the 5 months I will go back. Why? Why I do like this? When I even carry the money yesterday, go back. The PA carry the money, go back. All the money they say they won't give us, they carry and go back. Why? Now go make promise and not go fulfill them. Why? And maybe I don't no comment. Comment there, I will come do campaign for now. All the promises one I made for me, I not do anything. All the things where they carry wrong, go it, they don't even say anyone carry. The money said I don't see. Every fucking thing, all your promises, I don't see. Sheyi, you and your PA. Tinubu, Baba's son. After fun, we don't feel everything. We will feel, we will do everything yet. I don't see anything. Sheyi, I'm not happy. I'm not really happy.
Àmọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ tẹ́ gbé kalẹ̀ yìí ó dàbí ọ̀rọ̀ ẹni tí ọpọlọ rẹ̀ yòrò tàbí ẹni tí Ọlọ́run fi síbi aláṣà àwọn ọpọlọ rẹ̀ bí ọpọlọ ikú. Ó jọ má bẹ́ẹ̀ tọpọlọ rẹ̀ ò tó nǹkan rárá tàbí ètò wà ń bẹ kó má tiẹ̀ wúlò má rárá. Àmọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ tẹ́.
So they took her to Owerri. She didn't collect her money all the way from Lagos. Now she wants Sheyi and his PA to send her transport money so that she will go back to Lagos. Yeah, of course. It's not different from this guy that appeared in the video of On Your Mandate earlier. That song, you saw it, right? Adeyemo Afolayan, who made a video to thank Tinubu for removing subsidy. Oh, God will bless you, Tinubu. And a few months after that, he made another one, this time, lamenting about Tinubu. This video is about 1.5 years old, by the way, but it suits this madness that is about to play out again.
Government house, because everyone can say you are putting stress on Nigeria. Turkey, your conny, if it's wanting town, OTD 4,000 naira. Nisin Tikbo cotton rice, Turkey madi 5,000. Turkey to Yakarani, 1 pack for 4,000 naira. Eyoko so ti wadi 4,000. Sherry Bank cotton one bearable. Cement 9,000. Cement ti were Dangote yen. OTD 9,000. And then lost neighboring country Africa. 1,500 in bed. And then Jackie Bobo Connie Yolara, Yoruba no one lori throne. Yoruba FFTC. Koko mi o ba wo ni sori ire o ni sori ire o be ba se nje ko e ko sọ fún mi taleni ibo lo fi si toro iti esin pe e lati ma increase cost of living. Is it that affect by everybody? She affect by everybody ni e sọ fún mi even the billionaires to je normal billionaires to se ndide won ni ri nkan se mo because poor people don't feed you. Over poor people left in the billionaire. Poor people you want
Selfishness. Right now he's posting on Instagram when people started calling him out that Aremu, you want to launch on your mandate in it. He wrote an epistle. He's kind of like melting down on Instagram and some of the social media handles of his right now. Explaining to everybody why, he's not bothered, he's not concerned, he's not hungry, he's got his craft. I got my own money, I'm not hungry. But you can tell a lot of people are going through hell. But that for the moment, you probably don't care. Because that's exactly what it is. Like, well, I don't care. Yeah, we agree you've got that your choice. It's your choice. You have to make it. Fine. But hey, come on, man. You shouldn't be so selfish to begin to throw it at the people's faces like, say you get throwing it at them, the hand, yes, what are you going to do to me? They can't do anything really to you. Take a look at these people. In Sokoto, okay, there's a community called Magashi or thereabout in Sokoto State. Terrorists entered the place 4 days ago, killed as many people as they could, and they told them they were coming back if they don't leave. Guess what? Yesterday, a lot of them who couldn't trek managed to go with the last truck, the only truck available to evacuate people from that community. Others just had to find their way. The other side of the region, this time, you have the community of Dambazau, who usually travel to Gusau in Zamfara. And this is the arrangement, security arrangement, right? Everybody that is going to Gusau, the state, I think, is that not the state capital? Yeah? Anybody going to Gusau, everybody will wait for a single day, okay? That all of us will agree that on Friday, we are going to go to Gusau. You bring your car, you bring your buses, you bring everything and all of that. We are all going to go together and as a convoy, and will be led by the military. So they've been doing that for the past 6 months. A form of security arrangements that, according to them, at least guarantees their safety. But yesterday, they were not lucky. The terrorists cut off the military that is providing them security. Started dealing with those ones. And you see the convoy scattered that people just had to, find their way or escape in a way. But fair enough, the military was able to repel them. The soldiers were able to repel them. And that's why we're able to see the video, which is going to be the second video in this two-trunked video one I want to share with you, okay? Sokoto and Zamfara.
To ga mutanen bargaza nan dai a halin yanzu suna watsa suna barin gari saboda masiwa ta aishe su kullun sai banda sun shigo garin sun kashe mutane. Sun yi iyakacin kokarin su yau abu ya kai inda ya kai gargaja an cima lokacin za ta wacewa ga mutanen gargaja nan wasu ƙasa wasu bisa mota ana barin gari saboda al'amari ya riga ya ɓaci kullum sai banda sun shigo sun kashe mutane kullum kashewa aka yi yau ma an shigo ƙarfe 1:30 na dare an kashe mutane muna cikin wani hali gaba ɗaya gwamnati ba ta da umarni tun da haka suka so mu musu garin za mu wace mu ban mu barayi garin su zanna da su tun da su sun kai shaidu ubangiji Allah shi kawo mana ɗauki yau an cin mu ƙarshe bagaja za ta wace kenan Allah kawo mana ɗauki
to jama'a ta ƙara faruwa inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi raji'un ga yanan sun zo sun ƙara bude mana wuta yanzu haka a nan yan galadima ga su can kullu da suna gudu a barayi ne da Allah wallahi barayi ne ga su can wurin sojojin na mai ka saurara ka jurin motar ne gulgul jama'a a taya mu da addu'a ta ƙara faruwa kaga bulan ne wai soka wurin can yanzu inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi raji'un
ya ce muku ba hilani bane can gurin abubuwa bane yake wa hilani
jama'a ku diba ku gani da Allah ya taya mu da addu'a inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi raji'un ga mutanen mu na yan sakan mugar ko mu da su da sojoji sun ga
lillahi wa inna ilaihi raji'un inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi raji'un. That's a prayer. I don't forget the meaning. It is like that one that I used to read. Suratul Quraysh. There's a Latin Quraysh or something. Lila fi Qurayshi. Lila fi Lila Tashitai Wasoifi. Valia Budurobas. I've been trying to remember that. Yeah, randomly, because I used to go to Elekeu myself, right? But it's a story that what's the message of the prophet to the people of Quraysh. So every time I hear it's like to God we come from, I think to God we all go to, or something like that. I can't remember the meaning anymore. But I used to actually know some of those things years ago. So the first that those who are running away from Sokoto, they do not want to be the victim second time. As their communities have been ransacked and some have been killed, some have been kidnapped. They have to run away. The others are the travelers, the ones who got stuck. Did you see that convoy? Yeah, this is like a whole community waiting for just a single day to do their traveling. You can't travel on your own. You go miss. They go kidnap you. That is that Nigeria. In Maiduguri this evening, after the iftar, 7 p.m. iftar in Maiduguri, do you know what happened? Boom, bomb blast. 3 bomb explosion. 3 bombs exploded in Maiduguri, the state capital, the capital of Borno State. And this happened at a popular Monday market. Also, another that exploded in front of the Maiduguri General Hospital. It was a developing story before this program. I haven't followed it up, okay? But the one I captured said many casualties, meaning a lot of people have died. But nobody knows the number yet. The early image from that scene this evening.
Inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi raji'un. Bakin wajen security, wajen inda ake checkpoint na security. Wanda kuke gani wannan a kwance shi ma bom ne tashi kai ba na san taruwa gefe na. Inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi bakin ciye da kuke gani gashi nan wajen.
Subhanallah. Again, bomb Monday market yanzu haka presented. Subhanallah. After iftar kenan fa abin ya faru.
Wa inna ilaihi a bakin gate na Kosim, main gate na Kosim bomb din ya tashi. Inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi raji'un. Bakin wajen security, wajen inda ake checkpoint na security. Wanda kuke gani wannan a kwance shi ma bomb ne tashi kai ba na san taruwa gefe na. Inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi bakin ciye da kuke gani gashi nan wajen. Wa inna ilaihi raji'un a bakin gate na Kosim, main gate na Kosim bomb din ya tashi.
Bomb blast. So they are bringing back the bombs. They have suicide bombers that are now much like advancing. So last night in Maiduguri, Oh yeah, a suburb in Borno, so to say, not Maiduguri, the capital. The Nigerian army received a distress call of the ongoing attacks by the Boko Haram, right? And they responded in time to repel them. It was war. And that was last night. I saw that video, but I can't share it with you. The last time YouTube disabled my live stream, that one that happened that day was simply because I shared the video of a kidnapped victim who was pleading for his life, right? So I got suspended. So I don't want to share that fight, man. It was war. And I kind of believe that the Nigerian army won by retaking their different bases in Borno. You give that to them, though, right? The terrorists took over some of the military bases, Nigerian military bases up north in Borno states, 4 of them, or 5, in a space of 2 weeks. But the Nigerian army, they have said that they have reclaimed back all the bases so far. Blast in the markets. Here is the Minister of Defense who called, you remember that guy, Christopher Musa? Yeah, he was the chief of defense, chief of army staff, Kwara, right? Then he did a terrible job, of course, only to be rewarded with the position of a minister. So he called the service chiefs to a security meeting just about 2 or 3 days ago to go and meet at Tinubu briefing. And then he told us this concerning their work on protecting us.
The meeting actually is just for us to review the events. We came in here for the services to brief Mr. President on the current situation on ground. You know that there have been a series of attacks, and the security forces have actually rose to the occasion. We came here to brief him for him to have a better understanding of what's going on. We know sometimes the interpretation, especially through the media, has not been too direct. We feel we should put the record straight, which we have done, and we're glad that Mr. President has continued to support the armed forces and other security agencies in the fight against insurgency. And our appeal to Nigerians is not to get tired, not to be discouraged, because sometimes when you hear those news, you think it is just what is happening, but it is not. It's far from that. The terrorists, the bandits are taking more casualties. Their commanders are being killed. We have lost a number of very, very courageous officers and men. Highly regrettable, but we want to assure Nigerians is the commitment we are putting on ground to ensure that Nigeria is safe and secured. New things, the President has promised more equipment for us to be able to protect the war, and we are sure of victory.
Thank you, sir. You just interestingly, you said that Nigerians should not lose hope. About the case of insecurity these days is looking like the more you look, the less you see. A lot of cases of insecurity still happening despite the efforts you're putting in. Where do you think the gap lies?
Well, like I said, it's war, and you know war comes in and out, and because again it's normal with it's usual with the terrorists during the Ramadan period. For them, they feel when they die they are going to heaven, so they are ready to commit any offense or to get killed because they feel they have reward to do. But like I said, we have adjusted our strategies. You can see in the past few days we've taken over those locations, we've killed their commanders, we've taken over their assets, we'll continue to do more. And I assure you, Mr. President has approved so many things that are coming on our line, and we're working together as a team. You can see all members of the security forces are here to assure Nigerians and to assure Mr. President that we're on track and will succeed. The mission.
It's all talk. Politicians, all talks, no action. They have already shown that they are overwhelmed. Yeah, the Nigerian army shown that they are overwhelmed. It's been like an endless war, something that has compromised a lot of their ranks. And of course, the terrorists themselves possibly also have access to the same intel that the Nigerian defense also have. Unfortunately, you may call it a conspiracy theory, but honestly, the slippers wearing ragtag, terror group shouldn't by any means be able to ambush Nigerian army, Nigerian soldiers on tactical mission, just like that, like it's nothing. Their base or their, wherever they are, that was supposed to be totally classified, continued to be exposed. By who? Because the terrorists have access to the same intel That is my theory. They have killed commanders, Baba. You don't know what they take to kill commander of an army. You have to kill a lot of army before you get to commander Abi. They killed like about 3 commanders. I'm talking about troop commanders. 3 of them this month alone, March. And there's no single terrorist in custody. Okay, yeah, they said they have killed the terrorist leaders too. But when Nigerian soldiers or Nigerian army want to share with us the killed terrorists, right? They will show AK. They may just display 2-3 AK-47, a gun, and then maybe 2 lifeless bodies, and they will say Nigerian army routed the terrorists in Sambisa. Nigerian army destroyed the terrorist camp in what the heck, man? You mean you fought with this? With you fought people who could only lose 2 AK-47 guns for hours? Wow. But when the terrorists slaughter Nigerian soldiers, they make adequate, detailed videos because that is where they fuel their propaganda. Why can't Nigerian government also make the killings of the terrorists a propaganda video? It is simply because it's not totally true. We've had a situation whereby they've declared many of these terrorist leaders killed, only for them to resurface a few weeks or months later. Then they announce they've killed them again, only to resurface again. Nothing is as they appear or as they seem when it comes to the issue of governance and security in Nigeria. Unfortunately, they are never as they look or seem. No? But yeah, that's the minister of defense. But yeah, it's a citizen minister. No. We call them the citizen police. Anyocha in Delta States, right, is believed to be one of the supposedly blessed constituencies in Nigeria. They've got oil. Like they've got things that should make them not to look like what I'm about to show you. And that's exactly why this lady made this video. Let's go to Delta States. Take a look at only oil producing states in Nigeria. Supposedly, the second richest state by federal allocation in Nigeria, Delta State. I think they are the second or third. Doesn't matter. But take a look at oil producing states in Nigeria. 26 years, nearly 27 years after democracy. I mean, since you got into democracy. The democracy, not the
Yes. So please come here. And your channel. And your channel. And your channel sons and daughters abroad. And your channel. Thank you. Because no, can't body go do not want to. Can't body like this. Even typical villages, like when I mean typical local villages that they don't even know what civilization is. Is it like this? And here is the Idumujoboko Road. Idumujo Road. Now look at people's house filled up with water. Look at people's house. Look at gutters. Look at the road we are passing. Our youths are on social media clapping for these men, praising them to come out again. Come out again to do what? Yes. My name is Success Chief Valerie. Come out again. What are you people coming out again to do? We have a chairman. We have a House of Assembly member. We have a House of Rep member 3 times. House of Assembly 3 times. And we have a senator. And look at the road. You can see a car reversing. They are taking bush paths to come out at the Cocoa Quarters from Onitshubo. You can see a car packed. What kind of suffering is this, my people? What kind of wickedness is this man dishing out to us? All for what? For 2,000, for 5,000, for 6 yards of clothes. Look at our road, and we just had less than 40 minutes rain. Did the rain exceed 40 minutes?
Never even started.
We just had a light rain in March.
Never even started.
So imagine what my people, what our new channels will go through with this road. Come April, May, June, July. What is this wickedness on your channels leaders? What is this wickedness you people are dishing? You come in with entourage. You live with entourage. Some of you are even taking bush paths to your home. Is this not a shame to all of us?
And the youth that are supposed to say it are on social media clapping. No Jessica Ojoko. Or Jessica Olugadafu. And this is your road. Youths of Anyocha North. This is a shame to all of you. This is a shame. Youth are supposed to be the leaders of tomorrow. In my local government, youths are not leaders. Now youth they clap for old men. May they return. Look at, I cannot enter here. Here is a death trap. I dare not enter this thing. Something trailer cannot move. And what are we doing? What are we doing for crying out loud? What are we doing? Next year is election. These men are coming out again from their hidden. It is during the election, you know they know what they are doing. Counting things they did not do for us. Lies upon lies. What are we doing for 40 minutes rain? Just 40 minutes rain. And your channel, anybody will vote next year, 2027, is till 2031. All of us suffer. Whosoever you choose to vote next year, come next year. If you decide to take these men back to that seat, all of us will suffer it. Anybody we put in next year is till 2028, 2029, 2030, 2031. The earlier you know, the better for all of us. All we ask is good road network. Just good road network. Good hospital. Good lights, electricity. This is the only thing we ask for. Basic amenities.
Just do one thing, 7 to 3.
Basic amenities. And you people are online clapping for which people again? And your channels. The shame is for me and it's for all of you. Darling. Thank you. What is this wickedness you people are dishing? You come in with entourage. You live with entourage. Some of
because you are currently experiencing what is called renewed shege. Renewed shege is the kind of shege that is ×2 of whatever their renewed hopelessness was all about. All you have to wait for is your turn. I love the fact that a lot of them are actually doing what should be done. Put it out there. Who knows? Maybe shame will get to them and they can come and do this, less than a 500-yard road. You get me now? Unfortunately, if you begin to investigate that road, by the way, you are likely going to see it in the completed project, constituency project. Completed, signed up as completed. Yeah, but that's it. That is not life. Some people say like, I'm not be life. People they live for this place. So, if to say Nigeria is a real place, there are some characters that should never be bold enough to stand before you and speak due to what they have done to the people when they had the chance of doing better. Here is one of them, who is the leader of the group that is planning to remove Alex Oti as the Abia governor next year. He's reminiscing on his own time. I gave the people free education, free health. This is the ex-convicts, Oji Uzokalu.
When I was governor, no child pay for school fees in this place.
That's true, sir.
Why should children be paying for school fees? It's their indomitable right to go to school free. We are ready to win this state.
Yes.
We are coming back soon to live here. We are not going anywhere. We are not going to run away from our state. Oyo chok ayalog. We want peace, so because you chok I got log. I bakwaro for fight. If they want trouble, we give them trouble. If they want peace, we give them. Our state must not leave the center. President Tinubu have given a lot of money to Abia. I'm a legislator. All the roads building, they are having refund from federal government of Nigeria. There's refund. And what I will do, I'll go to Federal Ministry of Works and get the documents. Anyone they pay, I will publish it to show you people that I'm not lying. President Tinubu have given the state government money that they've never incurred since Abia was created. We cannot be deceived. Abia supposed to have free education now. No child supposed to be out of school. When I was governor, I had complete free education to go to primary, secondary school, and university should be subsidized. That's what I did. Abia State University was 7,000 naira. They used to charge 200 and something thousand when I came. When I came, I cut it to 7,000. And I gave education from primary to secondary school free of charge. You people are witness. Am I lying? You are witness. And people are talking like nobody has been governor here. When I was governor, I took Aba as a project. I took Umuahia as a project. All the roads in Aba and Umuahia, I built them. Nobody can challenge me on that. People were going to Iyoji. People were going to Obuoya. People were going to Ibere Street. People were going to Ibadan Street. I don't know what is new in building roads. After building roads, why don't you give free education? I was a governor. I never slept in Ibere for one night. Throughout I was governor. I sleep in government house somewhere. I gave free medical services in this state. We had all the 17 general hospitals in Abia State. I built them. If anybody is touching anyone today, is renovation. I built them. All the agricultural settlement Okpara built, I rebuilt all of them from Amekabam to Olona farm settlement. I rebuilt all of them, and people were working there. So what is new about being governor, for Christ's sake? What is new? When children are out of school, when children are doing what they are not supposed to be doing, people being in government should be accountable to the people. I challenge them to be accountable to people. For you people, fight for the common man on the street and fight for the truth. Every other thing will fail, but the truth will remain the truth. Every other thing in life will fail, but nobody can bury the truth. People are in government, they say nothing was done in the state. Was the state in air? Okay. This house was here. This house was opened by Colonel Anthony Obi on the eve of my being governor. And I wasn't sleeping here. I slept in government house somewhere here. No matter how empty the government house should be, it's the government house of government of people of
Nuisance Lele. Nuisance Lele.
The ex-con Oji Kanu. So they are upset that Alex Otti is not living in the government house. He is sleeping in his own house. It's an insult. According to them, it's an insult on the people of Abia State that their governor is not sleeping in his state government house. And also, if you see anything he's doing in Abia, Tinubu is giving the money back to him. That is the theory of this Oji Kanu. Well, again, it is now up to the people of Abia State and the APC, egbekegbe. But the only thing is that you can't even fight in this matter, because Alex Otti may wake up tomorrow and announce that he is going to APC. Yeah. You know when that happens, right? If Alex Otti later declared for APC, which I think is going to do at any moment from now, you know. I'm not actually here to scare you, okay? I'm just trying to remind you that these politicians, okay, in this their occultic gatherings and all of that, you should not bank on any of them, okay? So when he declares for APC, I promise you, most of your friends who will tell you now that that is impossible, it is not ever going to happen. There are those who are going to be explaining to you that it's a good idea, it's a good move. It is not the party, it is the person. I've seen that happen many times. Yeah, you know, if Nigerians like you, you are not really going to be wrong. They are wrong. No. They will tell you that it's not APC, it's not about APC, it's Alex Otti. It's the Alex Otti that the Abia people like. They don't like APC. But guess what? They were all going to sing on your mandates. They shall dance very soon. You know? Yeah, it is that crazy. So these are those who are mounting the pressure on Alex Otti to join them if he wants to continue as the governor of Abia. And up to this moment, he continued to publicly reject them. And he said he will remain in his Labour Party and let the Abia people decide. I promise you. Bala Muhammad was saying the same thing. In fact, Bala Muhammad, to some Nigerians, they were seeing him as one of those who are left to challenge Kolu. By the time you realize that, no, that nobody's going to challenge anybody in that sense. Everybody's just going to try to get what they want from this system because they all know that the system is broken. The country is done for. Then you get. So you'll be so foolish to say you are fighting for Nigerians right now. So if you see those who are still standing up and claiming to be fighting for Nigeria, they are taking a serious risk, a serious gamble that some of their colleagues, no, they don't want to try. No. I don't want to gamble that. No, I don't want to. I would rather just go to them. Let people call me any names they want to call me. Doesn't matter. So you can tell they are taking a big risk, standing opposite of where Kolu wants everybody gathered. Just that issue, just so you know. Meanwhile, this afternoon, the news of 2 trains colliding. Colliding. Because colliding means that they cooperated and they kissed themselves like that. No. They collided. You see, they said that one of them lost control, derailed, and in the process crashed into another one. All of that happened between Kaduna and Abuja today. They didn't tell us if anybody died, but the same.
And there was a great impact. People injured. Even those of us who are in Coach 20 injured. And now look at this. This is really bad. So there obviously was an impact. And it caused this great damage. I hope people are fine here. Where people sitting here, hope they are fine. If you need like this thing that they used to clean, if it can help. Hi, Jesus Christ. Sorry. I think it's that impact from that one. Yes, it's the impact. It's the impact. Look at now. Look at. I don't think we can live here. Okay. Okay. Oh my goodness. That means it's the impact. So apparently, what happened is that this that was attached suddenly detached and then crashed this one. It just crashed it. And there was a great impact. People injured. Even
so that happened. But there's no report of anybody dying. Okay. So a quick one. So everybody's still watching. If you haven't really liked the broadcast, maybe you should do that now. Okay. Like the broadcast and share it. And subscribe onto Maiyegun's Diary Politico as well. Talking about impact. I don't know what impacted, I don't know what triggered the fight between shoe sellers and the clothing sellers at Ogunpa Market in Ibadan. Or how the disagreement turned to an open, sort of like a physical altercation, which also caused some impact. I do not know, but somebody captured it on camera. The drama that happened at Ogunpa Ibadan yesterday. These were supposed to be traders, selling clothes and shoes, fighting.
olórí bí làwọn sọ bàtà mọ́ ti dá wà lálẹ́. bọ̀ bá mú dáyẹ̀ ládàá yẹn.
And usually dere ijagboro ni jabadan. I think is that what they say it? I mean, is that how they say it? Ijagboro ni jabadan. So yeah, that was Kumpa in Ibadan. I don't know how they resolved it, but eventually again there is no casualty, and that is the icing on the cake, isn't it? Because not everything should be leading to the death of people, because life in Nigeria have become almost like worthless, fortunately. So thanks so much for your time tonight on Maiyegun's Diary Politico. I am going to sign off now. But before you do, please take a moment and like that broadcast. But if you joined us late, for example, you do not need to go. You might need to just rewind this broadcast and watch it from the start or the part you have missed. I'm going to see you again another time. And until then, stay safe. May Nigeria not happen to you or to the people you really care about or you love. And if Nigeria happens to any of us, let's pray to live to tell this story. Because not all of us will live to tell this story. I wish you all the best. You have a good evening.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun dáyàrí ayé bí nọ́mbà wá. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun dáyàrí ayé bí nọ́mbà wá. Maiyegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara yìí. Maiyegun dáyàrí ayé bí nọ́mbà wá. Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube. Maiyegun dáyàrí ayé bí nọ́mbà wá. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí. Maiyegun dáyàrí ayé bí nọ́mbà wá. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun dáyàrí ayé bí nọ́mbà wá. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Maiyegun máa wí. Maiyegun dáyàrí ayé bí nọ́mbà wá. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun dáyàrí ayé bí nọ́mbà wá. Maiyegun dáyàrí Politico. Maiyegun dáyàrí ayé bí nọ́mbà wá. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun. Maiyegun dáyàrí ayé bí nọ́mbà wá. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Maiyegun dáyàrí ayé bí nọ́mbà wá. Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun dáyàrí ayé bí nọ́mbà wá. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá ti ń darí bá. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o. Àyè Maiyegun ti dé, gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé, gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Maiyegun ti dé, gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé, gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run sọ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sè mọ́bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ̀ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́, ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o, ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù. Maiyegun ti dé, gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé, gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé, gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé, gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.